This is the prosecutor saying that Moretti told the deputy he should say he was present when the search warrant was executed when he wasn't. That is huge. This is the article dealing with this particular issue. YNW Melly's lawyer wants to remove the Broward County prosecutor's office from the case, but why? Oh, and by the way, he does have a new lawyer. The other two guys, they're out. New guy is in. Raven Liberty is still there. Thank God for that little miracle. But after a busy week of filing with court, and we're going to talk about all these court filings that have gone on before and after this article came in. After a busy week filled with court filings, YNW Melly's legal team is asking the judge to bar the prosecutor and her colleagues from retrying the double murder case. The rapper's defense lawyers on Friday urged Broward County Court Judge John Murphy to recuse all employees from the state attorney's office for the 17th Judicial District from retrial. The filing was centered around Miramar Police Detective Mark Moretti's alleged wrongdoing. And we're going to talk about these wrongdoings here in just a little bit. And a supposed cover-up by the state attorney's office. Not just the prosecutors, but the higher-ups in the state attorney's office have been accused of a cover-up of one of the detectives' wrongdoings. A theory the defense has incorporated into its strategy. In essence, there are too many witnesses from the 17th Judicial Circuit Court State Attorney's Office for this state attorney's office to remain as the prosecutors in this case. This is the prosecutor here. She's got some problems. According to the motion, Melly, 24, whose real name is Jamel Demmons, is accused of gunning down. And by the way, who better to talk about the double murder case of a black rapper from Florida than a white expat cowboy lawyer from Utah? Nobody. That's who. Me. I'm the expert. Melly, 24, whose real name is Jamel Demmons, is accused of gunning down his childhood friends, Anthony Williams and Christopher Thomas Jr., a.k.a. YNW Sack Chaser and YNW Juvie. After an alleged drive-by after spending the night of October 26th at a Fort Lauderdale recording studio. Williams and Thomas, both aspiring rappers with the YNW Collective, were known as YNW Sack Chaser and YNW Juvie, respectively. He's among the first defendants to go to trial after Florida Governor Ron DeSantis signed a law to lower the threshold for death sentence from to an 8-4 jury vote from the previous requirements of a unanimous vote. That's what we just talked about. So what's happening? In late August, defense attorneys learned that Moretti, the lead detective, if you saw the trial, you saw him testify. He had some strong testimony, but there was a lot of impeachment that went into the cross-examination. The lead detective in the case was under investigation for an incident involving excessive use of force against a potential witness. Which witness? That's an interesting thing. So the lead detective is under investigation for excessive use of force against one of the potential witnesses. They accused prosecutor Christine Bradley of a Brady violation. A Brady violation, again, for those of you that don't know, is the prosecution has a duty to turn over evidence that could or may lead to the finding of innocence. Basically, the prosecutor has to turn over evidence that is against their case and supports the defense. Anything that would exculpate the defendant. They have to turn it over. They didn't, allegedly. They accused prosecutor Christine Bradley of a Brady violation or concealing information favorable to the defense for allegedly not divulging details about an incident involving Moretti. Under Florida law, prosecutors are required to disclose any information that may be favorable to the defense. The discovery of Brady violations in some cases have even led to overturned convictions. Yes, they have. Bradley in court documents said that Moretti was taking a statement from Jamie King, Melly's mother. So the lead detective is being accused of using excessive force against YNW Melly's mother in a conference room on the 7th floor of the Broward Courthouse. Prosecutor Michelle Boutros, we're going to hear her name a lot tonight. King's attorney Robert Trockman and Broward Sheriff's Office Sergeant Jason Hendrick were present at the time. At some point, Hendrick stepped out and Moretti executed a search warrant for King's phone. King is Melly's mom, according to the Bradley filing. Shortly after BSO Deputy Adam Gorel arrived at the conference room, Moretti, according to the prosecutor Boutros, subsequently told Gorel that he should say he was present when he executed the search warrant. Now, this is according to the prosecutor. The prosecutor is saying that Moretti told the deputy that he should say he was present when the search warrant was executed. This isn't some bullshit being made up by the defense. This is the prosecutor saying that Moretti told the deputy he should say he was present when the search warrant was executed when he wasn't. That is huge. Moretti later asked Gorel whether he was there when the phone was taken, and Gorel said something along the lines of, "I can be if you needed me to be." This is the prosecution saying this happened. This is huge, and we're going to talk more about it. According to a filing by Christopher Killeran, a prosecutor with the public corruption unit, Moretti told Bradley that the statements he made to Gorel and Gorel's response were merely jokes. Yeah, jokes. Ha, 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 because a defendant is facing the death penalty. That's a pretty funny joke. Let's just say, just tell them you were there when we were executing a search warrant and using allegedly excessive force against the defendant's mother to get her cell phone, which we're going to talk about later. So what's the defense arguing now? While defense attorneys said they are still trying to unwind exactly what transpired, they claim that decisions on what to do about Moretti incident reached the highest realm of the state attorney's office. Their recent filing also shed more light into their questioning of Boutros. Again, we said we're going to hear a lot about Boutros as the night goes on, the prosecutor who witnessed the incident. Very shortly after the deposition, Ms. Boutros let her superiors know of Detective Moretti's willingness to fabricate evidence. So prosecutor Boutros told her superiors that this detective, the lead detective on the case, has said he is willing to fabricate testimony. And then she also informed her superiors that she would never work with Detective Moretti on a case. Can't wait till we get to that part of the motion. We got a lot to say about that. This is literally a prosecutor saying she will never work on a case with this detective because he said he is willing to fabricate evidence against a defendant. Holy crap. That, again, I know I've said this a bunch of times, but that is huge. Oh my God. Yeah, so that's where we're sitting right at this moment. The rapper's legal team said that they plan to call Boutros. They're planning to call a prosecutor as a witness for the defense. Wrap your little skulls around that one, Vice Squad. They may even call Bradley, as she had conversations with Moretti about the incident. They may call the lead prosecuting woman as a witness for the defense in the retrial. This is going to be insane. This is crazy. That, however, would raise issues. Oh, you think calling the lead prosecutor as a witness is going to raise issues? Hell yeah. Nothing could destroy a witness' credibility more than her own office calling another witness to contradict her, the filing argues. Prosecutors and defense attorneys will discuss the request with Murphy at a hearing scheduled for Friday.